is Ben, and welcome to BBC School Report.
Our top stories today: exam results in the Cotswold School.
Water on the water, access all areas.
Our very own Jessie J.
But first, we are going live to Ben, Alison and Daisy, who are interviewing the sports personalities of tomorrow.
Welcome to BBC Reports.
Our story for today is the
Nanjing Youth Olympics 2014.
This is an event where lots of sporty youths from all around the world gather to show off their talent, just like they would at the real Olympics.
Here at the Cotswold School we have a number of budding Olympians and Paralympians.
One of them is Jake.
Why did you choose to do the sport you do? Well, it's quite a challenge and it's quite hard. And when you get a new trick or achieve something new, it gives you a really big buzz.
How long have you been playing for?
I've been doing wakeboarding for about a year now. Have you taken part in any regional or national competitions? No, I've only done one competition and that was sort of locally in our lake.
Do you hope to?
Yeah, this year I hope to do the nationals and get quite high on the podium.
Are you part of any team?
Not at the moment. I have got a sponsor, but other than that, no, not really.
What's inspired you?
Everyone at the lake sort of inspires me, but most of all probably one of my best friends at the lake who is quite high in the world.
I was lucky enough to go to the opening of the press centre before the Olympic Park opened last summer. My father was a journalist with the Guardian newspaper and also the International Olympic Committee for 50 years.
What do you think about the Young Olympics?
The Young Olympics I think is really, really good to get more young people into sport.
So what sport do you do?
We play floorball.
And what is floorball?
Floorball is a mix of ice hockey, uni hockey, street hockey and field hockey.
Why did you choose to play that sport?
Because it's a fast, energetic game and a lot of fun.
Do you hope, is it going to be in the Olympics?
Probably in 2020.
How long have you been playing for?
I've been playing for 7 years and I've been playing since September last year.
Do you plan to play in the Olympics?
I do cross country running, so long distance on track, mainly cross country.
Why did you choose to play football?
My mum's been running for 36 years, so she's always encouraged me to take part and get involved, and eventually, after a while of her nagging me, I finally started and loved it.
So it was your mum that really inspired you?
Yeah, she definitely was the one who got me started.
Have you taken part in any regional or national competitions?
Yeah, actually Saturday just gone I did the National Cross-Country Championships in Derbyshire. Improved by 105 places from last year, so that was definitely a step in the right direction.
Thanks for that, guys.
Now we're going over to Amy and Gayatri, who are doing a report on the excellent exam results of the Cotswold School. Over to you, girls.
As some of you watching this film may know, the Cotswold School is renowned for its high A-level grades. Recently, these grades have increased, but decreased among surrounding schools.
Earlier, we talked to Mr. Morgan and found out the secret behind these grades. I just need to ask a few questions.
Please do.
About the A-level grades in school, because I've heard they've increased.
Yeah.
So I was just it's quite opposite the situation in our schools where the grades have dropped. So what's the reason behind these grades?
I think the reason behind those grades, great teachers. I think we're a school where we've got specialists in every area and teachers who are passionate about their subjects. I think we're a school where relationships really matter, and I think the relationships between pupils and each other, between the teachers and between the pupils and the teachers make us that, I hope you do, that we're all working together in this school to get the best results.
Yeah.
I think that alongside sort of clear discipline, clear order within the school means that despite the fact we're quite traditional really in terms of our approach to education, it's clearly working.
Do you have any concerns about the proposed changes to the exam system, in which students are to take exams at the end of each course?
I do have concerns. I think they were right to look at the amount of controlled assessments and module exams that you're having basically from the age of 14 to about 21. I think you weren't going 6 months without some form of assessment that really mattered. However, equally I've got concerns about pushing all of it to the end, because I'm old enough to have had all my exams at the end of year 11 and at the end of sixth form, and that in itself creates a huge amount of pressure. So personally, I'd rather a little bit less controlled assessments and perhaps 2 linear years, exams at the end of year 10, which possibly counted for 30%, something like that, and then exams at the end of year 11, which account for a bit more. And I equally feel the same about the A-level. I think the AS system has worked. And I think Oxford and Cambridge are saying that as well. And to throw out the AS system is a little bit like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I'm always in awe of the efforts that students put in, not just to the curriculum, but to the extracurriculum. I've been teaching now 16, 17 years, and my father was a teacher of 37 years, and he retired in, about 10 years ago. And he said when he left education, pupils were far better and far more rounded and far more doing far more things than when he started in the 1960s. So this rubbish we hear sometimes about children getting worse and this, that, and the other. It's Cotswold. You're absolutely fantastic, and I think those good students, those students coming through the systems now with doing the Duke of Edinburgh, the sport, the drama, and getting 15 A stars on top of that and getting into top universities, I think students now are the best they've ever been. So you'll adapt. You'll be fine.
Are you enjoying being headmaster of the Cotswold School?
It's a real privilege. I can't say it's not hard work, and there's lots of late evenings and various things, but to be headmaster of a school like this, a school which you've sort of grown up in really, is a real privilege. I've used this before. It's like being a Liverpool fan all your life and being able to captain Liverpool. It's like Steven Gerrard. It's that sort of feeling. It's being able to do something for the school, for the team that really matters to you, and I feel really privileged to do that. So yeah, but trust me, I'm just as nervous as all of you on results days.
We are in Bolton-on-the-Water where the model village is located. This is one of the main attractions in the Cotswolds.
38 million people visit the Cotswolds each year, and the main point is Bolton-on-the-Water. This is because of the stone buildings and the beautiful countryside.
Now let's go and talk to some people in Bolton-on-the-Water to see what they think. We are in Bolton-on-the-Water in the model village. Let's go inside and see what we can discover.
Now we are in the Bolton-on-the-Water model village.
This is Bolton-on-the-Water, but really, really small. Let's go have a look round. So do you visit Bolton-on-the-Water often?
I've been a few times in the last few years, yes.
Is this the first time you've been to the model village?
Yes, it is the first time we've been here.
And what do you think of it?
It's great. I think it's really good. It's good fun. And my daughter loves it because she feels like a giant.
This is the river in the middle of Bolton-on-the-Water. It looks very small and we feel like giants.
There is loads of shops along there, and if you zoom in to the windows, you can see very good detail. Now we will talk to the manager of the model village.
Hello, who came up with this idea?
A man called Beau Morris back in the early 1930s. He was the landlord of the old New Inn at the time.
And how long did it take to build it?
Well, he and his wife measured up the village of Bolton-on-the-Water and came up with the plans for the model village at a 1/9 scale, and then they started building in 1936. I think my memory serves me right, there were 8 stonemasons working, and then on Coronation Day in 1937 people were let in for a bit of a look to see how it was going, and then in 1940 it was totally finished, which included the planting of the trees.
Did you have to paint it?
Well, it's got the windows and things that need painting, obviously, yes, but most of it, obviously, as you can see, is the original natural Cotswold stone.
How many staff were there on the job?
But when it was built,
yeah.
I know there's a plaque as you come in there, and it's also the names are in the leaflet that you've got there, which I think's got 8 men on it. I'm not exactly sure how many more, but there were definitely 8 working for 3 or 4 years.
Are you proud of the model village?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. It's unique. It's the only one of its kind, because there are other model villages around, but this is unique in the fact that it is a 1/9 replica of Bolton-on-the-Water. Other ones are just sort of made up toy towns. And we are open every day of the year except Christmas Day, A lot of the other ones close for the winter and the little houses get put away in a warehouse for the winter.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Now let's compare the model village to the actual bottom on the water.
This is the real bridge that we saw in the model village.
We saw the river and this is the real river with loads of ducks on.
I think Burton is so popular because of these beautiful canals and little stone bridges that go across the village. It's so beautiful.
Have you ever visited Burton before?
No, this is my first trip, and I'm 66.
Do you like it?
I do like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Our final report, a person who is a lot braver than me. Let's go not so live to Rosie and Megan for the full story.
Hello, we are here with our own Jessie J, Matt Cook, who shaved his head for comic relief.
Hello.
How does it feel to have your head shaved?
It's very cold. It is very cold, but it's nice knowing that I did it for a good cause.
Do you regret it?
No, not at all. A lot of people made a big fuss about it, but like I said, it was for Comic Relief, which is a great charity, and I think, you know, having no hair isn't really too much to live without, so and if it's going to raise some money, then it's great.
Were you nervous or excited before it was shaved?
I was definitely nervous, especially when, because we did it all on stage, so when they turned me around and I got some screams from the audience, that was quite scary because I didn't know what it looked like. And then we had to go and tidy it up because it looked like a bit of a botched job, so yeah.
Why did you decide to shave your head? Was Jessie J got inspiration?
Yeah, I think definitely. I thought, what could I do, because I've been to Zambia earlier in the year, and I thought I saw how much a little bit of money can make a difference, and I thought, what can I do that I have easy access to, and I saw that Jessie J was doing that, and I thought, do you know what, I might as well do it too, so that's where it came from.
How did your family and friends react?
Mum didn't think I looked as bad as she thought I would, which was nice. Dad laughed. Brother thought I looked hilarious and was probably still ashamed to call me his brother. A lot of friends think I look more, I don't know, more like a thug now, which isn't great, but it's kind of nice having that other side to my personality now.
Thank you, Matt.
We hope it goes back for next year.
Oh, thank you.
We're Ben and Rosie, and that was the news.